we got a few things going on today. You know, I woke right up, and there's a big debate going on, largely because we're coming off the big fight with Michael Bisping and Dan Henderson. So at the end of the fight, Bisping does an interview, and I thought he burned down the whole division in about 15 seconds, but aside from the entertainment value of it, he made some fair points, which is essentially this. He said, look, here I am. I'm the champion. This is where I'm going to be. My spot's already, my next fight's going to be a main event for the middleweight championship of the world. You guys go figure it out. Everybody wants a piece of me, you know, whether it's Weidman, it's Romero, it's Jacare, it's Rockhold. These are the four leading suspects. We get it, but he made a case that you guys go figure it out. I've already got my spot. And so I think the big question is, who is he going to fight? Which one of those guys does make the most sense? I can make an argument every which way you wanted to. And I'm not positive that it comes down to the winner of this match or the winner of this match. I don't think it's a semifinal situation. I think Romero maybe has the hardest argument. And he's got an incredible skill set. That's not in question, but he might have the hardest argument. I don't know that he's been exposed to the fans enough. And eventually, when everything's equal, it comes down to the fans. Who do the fans want to see? It is a business. What fight do fans want to see most? Usually, from a competitive standpoint, the fight that the fans want to see the most and the hardest and most deserving guy all align, but not always. So if Romero was to beat Weidman, they may just default to the other fight, which is Rockhold and Jacare, both of which have great arguments and both of which have big fan bases. And a lot of you guys won't understand how big the Jacare fan base is, but it's humongous. It just happens to be in Brazil. But MMA is the second biggest sport in that entire country. So he's got literally an entire nation behind him. A lot of people miss that. Now, you take Romero, for example, who, again, skills not in question in the least. He comes from Cuba. Well, MMA barely even exists in Cuba. He isn't a national hero there that's got a big demand of an entire country. That leans toward Jacare, and when all things are equal, that matters. So let's see how that whole fight plays out. Michael Bisping is managed by Adi, owner of Paradigm Sports Management. I want to get his take on it. And Adi's only got a minute, but I can get right. Adi, what's happening, buddy?
Mr. Sonnen, how are you, sir?
Hey, I'll get right to the point because I only got you for a couple of minutes. You know, I want to ask you some questions, but first I want to start with the congratulations. You are now managing two world champions in Conor McGregor and Michael Bisping. Congrats over the weekend.
Hey, appreciate you, man. Thank you, and it's an honor to have that role and that responsibility.
Hey, I got to ask you real fast because we always have to look to the future. I thought that Bisping's performance was amazing, and I thought that his post-fight interview was also amazing because he did bring up some really good points that, hey, this job isn't mine right now. It's the job of the division. You guys figure out who the number one contender is, and I'll be here waiting. In your opinion, what is the qualifying match? Is it Romero-Weidman or is it Jacare versus Rockhold?
Listen, I believe it's the Weidman-Romero fight, no question. I think you look at the fact that, Chris obviously had the 199 booked and unfortunately had to pull out. And then fortunately for Michael, and that's the unique situation I'm in. I represent both those guys. The difficult part probably is when they have to face each other in competition. I may have to just stay home and wish everybody a healthy match and the best competitor of the night to win,
Yeah, no, I do get that. It puts you in a tough spot. But that's a good problem to have, frankly, right? When both your guys climb the ladder, it's a good problem to have. Hey,
listen, again, from a business standpoint, yes, but when you respect men as individuals, and it becomes difficult. It's not fun, actually. So that's the human element to this all.
Yeah, and you know what? You're talking to the right guy. I was in a similar spot. I got a coach's season of The Ultimate Fighter, which is, of course, a tournament-based. Both of my guys made the finals. I got up and walked out of the arena. It's like I don't want to see this.
It was difficult.
Yeah, I hope you both end healthy. Whoever wins. But no, I totally understand that.